Today, I wanted to go over the 3 things I found really strange when learning art. These are things that may seem counterintuitive, but I've seen them over and over again with different students, so I wanted to share them. So let's get on with it.
Number 1, your eye and your hand progress at different speeds. This one's very odd, and I think it takes a long time for people to figure this one out. Basically, drawing is a hand-eye coordination exercise. You're going to have your eye, and your eye is going to be able to tell and see the different mistakes you have. And for example, problems in proportion, anatomy, things like composition. This is all things that you catch with your eye. And then there's your hand progression. These are the kind of like the pressure sensitivity you have, how light or how dark you can put something down with control. The strokes that you pull, for example, circles, lines, basically placing the things where you want them to. And these 2 things progress at different speeds. They're supposed to progress together, but almost always your eye progresses faster, meaning that you'll be able to spot mistakes much sooner than you're able to correct them with your hand. So this kind of causes the illusion that you're getting worse. And this is an issue I see a lot with intermediate artists, especially within drawing. What you're supposed to do to solve this issue is you're supposed to save every drawing you have, save your old drawings, so that you can look back on them and evaluate them with your new eye. Warming up matters. So for many years, I didn't think warming up in drawing mattered. I know within exercise, you warm up to kind of essentially exercise the muscles beforehand so that you don't get sore after. And I always thought this is a physical attribute, that it didn't really matter when it comes to matters of the brain, like drawing. But it does matter a lot. Within drawing, when you start to get in the groove of things, that's when your, kind of true, all this library of information comes out. And I used to just kind of let that happen. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to warm up for about 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe just kind of scribbling, doing circles, diagrams of heads, just things that are just very random to you, or even scribbly-ish drawings that you can do. And this will start to pull to surface that information you have deep inside you. This info that you already have. Things like anatomy, like I said, proportion, perspective. Things that you already have within you, it'll start to pull them to the surface so that you can use them more readily. And not only that, it will warm up your hand, for circles and, different curves that you need to do. So definitely warm up. The more fun you have, the better you're going to get at drawing. This one was something I didn't learn for many, many years. And when I started drawing, it was great fun. It was an exciting time. And I started to get good very, very fast. The reason for this is I had no ego when it came to my drawing at all. But then something weird happened. My abilities started to stagnate. I wasn't getting as good as fast anymore. And this is because the ego got to me. I started caring more about what other people thought about my art than I thought about my art, or the fun I was having with my art. I started caring a lot more about how good the next guy was getting, and if I was better than him or not. This can stagnate people for years. What you need to do, if this is happening to you, is you need to remember what it was that first made you get into drawing. What attracted you to it? What was the entertainment factor for you? Rediscover that and learn to kind of have fun again. This is something that you see a lot within professional athletes, and it's no different with us. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching the video. I really appreciate it. This is actually a refurbished Enzyme Art video. I'm taking the videos from that channel and merging them onto this channel, so it will become one. What I did want to talk about is I mentioned a lot in this video about kind of the practices of art. And I think they're just as important as the technical parts of art. The technical parts are obviously massively important, and it's something that I concentrate on a lot on this channel. But what's just as important is kind of the frameworks, the mindsets, the principles, and the ideas of how to actually take in information. How do you actually, schedule your time? How do you, like I said, memorize stuff? How do you practice these things so you kind of keep learning and you keep getting better instead of just doing stuff over and over and kind of spinning your wheels? A big part of that would be that I saw guys get so good so fast, while like the rest of the class somewhere would just kind of stagnate and have all these issues, whether it be mentors or something like that, or these prodigies. And I noticed they all kind of had the same things going on in some cases. So what I did was I kind of wrote a lot of them down. I saw a lot of them, I recognized a lot of them, and I feel that they're very common, and I think anybody can apply them. So they're not for every single person, but I wrote down the common stuff I saw, and I'm going to make it into a program, and I'm going to call it the 22 Steps to Becoming a Better Artist. And the format's going to be very simple to the video you just saw. It's going to be me speaking and some graphics, popping up to make it entertaining, so it won't be boring. But it is really, really very important, I think, to kind of like do that. Now, each one of these, I feel you could take one and just apply it that day, and you might get instantly better. That's the way I've seen certain things happen with me, with other people. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot I got to do that. But I'm making it into a program. It's not out yet. I am actually recording it right now, and I'm getting it edited, and then I'm going to show it to other artists that I know, and I want to get it approved. I want to actually release something that I like. I want to release something that I'm actually proud of putting out there. I don't want to put out no junk. So that's pretty much what I'm going through. The program will be out in about a month-ish, I think. And that's the end of it, I do want to let you guys know when it's out. If you want to know when it's out and get an update on that, click on the screen, the icon on the screen there, and you're going to be on the email list. Just put your email, and I will send you an email when it's out. I don't spam. Honestly, I hardly even send out emails, but I will send one out, maybe more than one out when it's out, the program, just to tell you about it, and you can see it for yourself. And I would love for you to be one of the first few people to actually try it. That's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys even watching this channel. It's an honor, and I'll talk to you later.